Hello everyone, how are you all? I am your shield. Today again we are back with Whiteout Survival. In today's video, we are discussing how the combat mechanics work in Whiteout Survival, how we select the winner or the loser of the battle, how the skill work in Whiteout Survival battle, or how we can read the report in the game. I will discuss that. So let's jump in our video. Alright guys, these are the main topic we are discussing today. We will talk about what is attack, what is taunt, because you see when you are reading some hero skill description, you can check the word taunt. You don't know what is taunt, you have the confusion. I will clear the confusion. Then difference between the attack and the taunt, and how the turn based skill work, how the chance based skill work, why lancer stat don't matter, because many people they don't focus on the lancer stat for the chief gear or charm for the hero gear. Lancer don't get the priority. Why? Okay. Or does the rally joiner skill stack or the garrison joiner skill stack? We can discuss everything. Mainly we are discussing the combat mechanics. So let's see guys. Alright guys, you can see a photo. It is the photo of the battlefield. Let's assume that it is the photo of our battlefield. In the front line you can see these are the infantry. Okay, don't look at the number. Okay, I just take the screenshot from my game. Don't look at the number. And in the front line there is the infantry. In the second line there is the lancer, and in the back there is the marksman. This is how the troops stay inside the battlefield. Okay, it is our team and this one is the enemy team. This is how all the troops arrange in the battlefield. Now the first question, what is attack? Let's say the battle starts and we are the attacker, opponents are defender. So what is attack? Our infantry attack the opponent front line. Opponent front line is the infantry. So our infantry attack the opponent infantry. This is called one attack. Then our lancer attack the opponent front line, that is the infantry. And our marksman also attack the opponent front line. Opponents are infantry. So it is that situation when opponents are using infantry in the front line. Let's say our infantry attack the opponent infantry and all the infantry die of the opponent team. Then our lancer will not attack the opponent infantry. I mean there is no opponent infantry. Our lancer will directly attack the opponent lancer, because at this situation opponent lancer is the front line. Also our marksman will attack the opponent lancer because opponent lancers are front line. Okay, it is the very basic thing. Then I will come in the complex thing. Or let's say our infantry kill opponent infantry plus our infantry kill opponent lancer at same attack. Then opponent marksman is the front line. So when our lancer come, our lancer attack opponent marksman and our marksman also attack opponent marksman. Whatever you are seeing, it is called attack. Okay, so let's say in very normal case we attack like this, then our lancer attack like this, our marksman also attack like this. Enemy still have some infantry survive. Okay, now opponent also follow the same method. Opponent also attack us back. Okay, I'm not writing this side, I'm writing on the left side. Opponent infantry also attack our front line. Opponent lancer also attack our front line. Opponent marksman also attack our front line. Okay, after this all the dead troops are removed from both sides. The remaining troops stay inside the battlefield. It is called one turn. The whole process is called one turn. Try to understand what exactly happened here. This is attack. Infantry attacking opponent infantry, this is attack. Lancer attacking opponent infantry, this is attack. Marksman attacking opponent infantry, I mean opponent frontliner, not opponent infantry, particularly opponent frontliner. It is called attack. Opponents are doing the same thing with us, what we are doing with the opponent. The whole system, this six attack, it is called one turn. Okay, After one turn, all the dead troops from both teams they are removed and the remaining troops stay in the battlefield. Then the second turn starts. In the second turn, if there is no opponent infantry, then we directly attack the opponent lancer like this. Okay, it is the second turn. This is how first turn, second turn, third turn, everything work in the game. So I hope you understand this first two question. What is attack and what is turn? One turn can have like 6 attack maximum because both side 3 troops all are doing at least 1 attack. So every turn there is minimum or maximum 6 attack actually. And how many turns it can be in the battlefield? Every battlefield can have like unlimited turns because I have seen some battlefield, some troops or some heroes, they are using the skill up to 100 times or 150 times sometimes. So there is no limit how many turns a battle can go. Now in the bear trap, the VIP support says bear trap can go for 10 turn. I don't believe that because there is no solid proof what happens in the bear hunt. But the VIP support told bear hunt is for 10 turn and normal battle, the PvP battle, that is for unlimited turns. So I think I already answered first 3 questions. What is attack, what is turn, and the difference between attack and turn. Now a very complex topic coming, how the turn based skill work, how the chance based skill work. For this question we have to go to our game. I want to give you some example with some hero skill. So guys, we have to talk about some uh, turn based skill. Turn based skill, I already remember the Owen. So here is the first skill of the Owen. Okay, my face cam is guarding the game. Okay, now I think you can see properly. So if you check the first skill of the Owen, it is telling Owen brilliant battle planning allow all troops to launch an extra attack every 4 turn, dealing 100% damage. So that means after 4 turn, you remember what is turn I just told you. Our infantry attack the opponent infantry, our lancer attack the opponent infantry, our marksman also attack the opponent infantry, mainly opponent front line. Our all 3 type troops get at least 1 attack chance to attack the opponent front line. Opponent can also do the same thing with us. The whole process is called 1 turn. So here you can see the text 4 turn. So after 4 turn, we can launch 1 extra attack. Okay, our infantry launch 1 extra attack, our lancer launch 1 extra attack, our marksman launch 1 extra attack. You can say 1 extra turn, not exactly 1 extra turn. You can say 1 extra attack actually, because turn is for both side attack. In this case, opponents are not doing any attack on us. We are doing 1 extra attack on the opponent where we are dealing 100% damage. So that's how the turn based skill actually work. Turn based skill means it is guaranteed that it will make some extra damage after certain turn or after certain attack. So I have some more example to show you. Look at this one. It is also very complex. The Rene skill. Rene always fight in unbelievable way. Her lancer can place dream mark on their target every 2 turns, dealing 200% extra lancer damage on the next turn. The dream mark lasts for 1 turn. So that means our lancer, it can place a mark, you can say dream mark, a mark on the opponent in 1 attack. It is doing in 1 turn, but when lancers are doing the attack, they are placing the mark on the opponent infantry, lancer, marksman, anyone can be that target. Opponents are getting that mark, and on the next turn when our lancer attack is coming, our lancer will make 200% extra damage, and the dream mark lasts for 1 extra turn. That means in the next turn we can again do 1 extra damage. You can say again we can do 200% extra damage. Okay, I am opening that page to show you guys. So let's say our lancers are doing the attack. In the first turn, it is going the first turn. When our lancers are doing the attack, lancer attack the infantry and lancer place a dream mark on the infantry. When the next turn is coming, you understand the turn, the whole turn is over. I mean 6 attack from both sides, that is over. In the next turn, lancer can do 200% extra damage on that target where they place the dream mark. And the dream mark lasts for one extra turn. That means again in the next turn, when our lancers are doing the attack, they can do 200% extra damage. That's how the Rene skill work, or you can say that's how the Owen skill work. I'm giving you example also the Owen skill. Owen skill tell our all troop launch extra attack in every 4 turn that can make 100% extra damage. So let's say it is the first turn. It is the first turn. Infantry attack the infantry. Okay, I already missed something. Infantry attack the infantry. Lancer attack the infantry. Marksman also attack the infantry. Opponents also do the same thing with us. That is one turn. Then we do the second turn. Second turn, our infantry attack the infantry, our lancer attack the infantry, our marksman also attack the infantry. Opponent also do the same thing with us. Second turn complete, third turn complete, fourth turn also complete. Before the fifth turn come, our infantry do one extra attack on the opponent infantry. Our lancer do one extra attack on the opponent infantry. Our marksman do one extra attack on the opponent infantry. This time we are doing 100% damage. That is, you can say extra damage, which is not actually turn. Turn means enemy also attack us back. But in this case, it is the extra attack from our side. That is the Owen skill. In this case, on the before the fifth turn, it is between fourth turn and fifth turn, because I just told you fourth turn is over. Before the fifth turn, it is actually happening. We are doing one extra attack on the opponent front line. In this case, enemy will not attack us back. It is not any turn, it is one extra attack. That's what happening in the Owen skill. In every 4 turn, our team do one extra attack on the opponent. Now I also need to talk about the Hector skill. People also get confused about the Hector skill. Hector second skill. It is telling Hector excels at trading on fortified position with well coordinated marksman, increasing infantry damage dealt by 200%, marksman damage dealt by 100%, and it is effective for 10 attacks. Here 10 attack and 10 turn, they are actually same, because it is every time applying on infantry. Let's say infantry do one attack, for that turn it is complete. Again it is applicable for another attack of the infantry, that is going on the second turn, and the third attack going for third turn, like this. Also coming for the marksman first attack that is happening in the first turn, marksman second attack that is happening on the second turn, like this. Here attack and turn, they're actually same. I want to give you example with the battlefield. So Hector skill increasing damage of infantry and damage of marksman. So let's say it is the turn 1. Turn 1, our infantry will do 200% extra damage on the opponent front line. Lancer will do normal damage. Marksman do 100% extra damage. That is coming for the Hector skill. Now it happened 10 times. Okay, I mean 9 times more it can happen. So enemy also attack us back and the first turn complete. Then we are going to second turn. Second turn, our infantry again do some damage on the opponent infantry, I mean extra damage. But this time the damage is 85% of previous damage. So you can say the damage going down by 15%. So again our infantry doing extra damage. Okay, like previous time very high damage, but 15% less damage than previous damage. Lands are doing some normal damage. Marksman also doing very high damage, the boosted damage for the Hector skill, but that is also 15% less damage than previous time. Okay, again enemy attack us back, their attack, then the second turn complete. Okay, now we go to third turn and again the same thing happen. So this skill of the Hector that go for 10 attacks, actually it is going for 10 turn. It is making some extra damage for the infantry and for the marksman. And every time the damage is going down by 15%, because it is telling the damage is becoming 85% of previous damage. So when we are going to 10th turn, or you can say 10 attack here, the damage becoming very low. But that is a heavy boost for the marksman. That's why Hector is very famous for increasing marksman damage. Okay, so that's how the Hector skill actually working in every turn. Now people also get confused about the Ahmose. We have the Ahmose right here. Look at the Ahmose first skill. It is telling Ahmose revived the lost art of ancient guardians. His infantry pauses the attack once every 4 times, reducing damage taken by lancers and marksmen by 25% and infantry by 55% for 2 turns. So I want to go to battlefield to make you understand this part. So what is happening here in case of Amos? Let's say it is the first turn. Our infantry attacking normally on the opponent infantry. Our lancer attacking on the opponent infantry. Our marksman attacking on the opponent infantry. Normal, right? Opponent also attack us back. Everything is fine. First turn complete. Second turn, similar thing happen. Third turn, fourth turn, all are similar. Our troops are attacking opponent front line. Opponents are attacking us in the similar way. But it is telling in the description, in the fifth and sixth turn, infantry don't attack, because it is telling infantry pause the attack for 2 turns. So in the fifth turn, only lancer attacking the opponent infantry, only marksman attacking the opponent infantry. Or if we are going to sixth turn, again our lancer attacking opponent infantry, our marksman attacking opponent infantry, but our infantry is not fighting. But everything becoming normal again on the seventh turn, because on the seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, again normal battle starts. That means again our infantry start fighting uh, the opponent. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 turn, the battle going normally, but for the 2 turn our infantry pause the attack, but after that again the battle become normally. Okay, so when our infantry pausing the attack, what is actually happening? Opponent damage becoming low. It is telling reducing damage taken by lancer and marksman by 25%. So when opponent lancer, opponent marksman attacking us, we are taking 25% less damage. And when opponent infantry attacking us, we are taking 55% less damage. In the description, you can read that lancer and marksman damage taken down 25% at my level, and infantry damage taken down 55%. So in those 2 turns, when our infantry pausing the attack, he is not attacking anybody. That time when opponent infantry attack us, we take 55% less damage, and when lancer attack us, we take 25% less damage. When marksman attack us, we take 25% less damage. So that's how the Ahmose skill work, which is a turn-based skill. In every 4 turn, we pause the attack. I mean, our infantry pause the attack for 2 turn, and during that time, opponent damage, which is coming on our infantry, that is becoming low. So this is how actually turn-based skill work. Turn-based skills are actually guaranteed skill. After some turn, it will guaranteed trigger if the troops are alive. Like some turn skill that is only for infantry, or like only for lancer. If lancer is alive, then it is guaranteed that after some turn the skill will trigger. But next one is different. Next one is the chance-based skill. Chance-based skill have no guarantee. It can trigger or it cannot trigger, fully on the luck. So I'm going with the Mia, because you know Mia is the best hero for giving example of the chance-based skill. Here goes our Mia. You can see the first skill. Grants all troop attack a 50% chance of cursing the target, increasing their damage taken by 50%. Extra damage 50%, but the chance is 50%. So what is actually happening here? I will go to the battlefield. Let's say we have Mia in our team. Now, if you are very lucky person in the world, then your infantry will do 50% extra damage on the opponent. Your lancer will do 50% extra damage on the opponent. Your marksman will also do 50% extra damage on the opponent. Or let's say you have Mia in your team, but you are the most unlucky person in the world. then you are coming in the other 50% category. That means you will not do extra damage with the infantry, neither with the lancer, neither with the marksman. Or let's say you are such a person with normal average luck, then your infantry have chance to make 50% extra damage. Okay, let's give you this question answer. Normal attack, let's say that is 100 unit, and if you are using the skill, your damage can go 150 unit. Okay, so either you make 100 unit damage or you are making 150 unit damage. So let's say you are average lucky person, so your infantry have 50% chance to make 150 unit damage. Or if you are unlucky, then you make only 100 unit damage. You are coming in the other 50% luck. Or when your lancer is attacking, there is 50% chance you make extra damage, or another 50% chance you make no extra damage. Or when your marksman is attacking, there is again 50% chance you make 50% extra damage or no damage. I mean, no extra damage. So that's how chance based skill actually work. I gave the example with the Mia, but this same type thing happen in every battle almost. Now try to understand the difference between chance based skill and turn based skill. If I am talking about Owen do what? After every 4 turn, we are doing one extra attack, and that is guaranteed doing some extra damage. It is telling all troops get an extra attack, dealing 100% damage for the Owen. So I know if I survive 4 turn, then before the 5th turn, I will do one extra attack with the Owen, and I can guaranteed make some high damage. But with the Mia, that is not the case. In the first turn we can make some good damage, in the second turn we may not do some damage if we are unlucky person, if we are coming in the other 50% category. Or I can show you example with other hero. So let's talk about the Greg. Here is the Greg, you can see Greg transform our troops into a relentless sword of justice, granting a 20% chance of increasing damage dealt by 32% for all troops for 3 turns. So what is happening? Let me explain that. There is 20% chance we can make extra damage. Let's say it is turn 1. It is turn 1 and we are lucky. We are coming in the 20% category that we can make extra damage. We are not in the remaining unlucky 80% category. Okay, two category, 20% lucky, 80% unlucky. So our infantry can deal 32% extra damage. Our lancer can deal 32% extra damage. Our marksman can deal 32% extra damage. Alright. Again, enemy also attack us in the similar way. Enemy skill, enemy damage depend on their hero. Turn 1 complete. Now that turn 2 comes. Okay, let me remove this. Now the turn 2. Turn 2, again we do 32% extra damage. Okay, infantry, lancer, marksman all are doing 32% extra damage. Again, enemy attack us in the similar way. Enemy infantry, enemy lancer, enemy marksman attack us. Turn 2 complete. Now the turn 3. Turn 3 coming. Again, our infantry will do 32% extra damage. You know why? You are asking why it is happening? Because it is telling 20% chance of increasing the damage dealt by 32% for 3 turn. So we did 32% damage on the first turn, second turn. Again, we are doing that on the third turn. Okay. After our attack complete, enemy also attack us in the similar way. Enemy infantry, enemy lancer, enemy marksman attack us in the exactly similar way. Third turn complete. Now the fourth turn coming. Okay. Now, if we are unlucky, because it is telling 20% chance to trigger the skill, so there is 80% chance the skill will not trigger. So if we are unlucky, then next how many? Let's say 4, 5, 6, 7, lot of turn. This extra 32% damage will not trigger. Let's say 1, 2, 3. This 3 turn the skill triggered. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The skill did not trigger. But again on the 11th turn, the skill triggered. Again on the 11th turn, we are doing 32% extra damage with the infantry, lancer, marksman. 11 turn it triggered, that means 11, 12, 13 for the next 3 turn. Okay, if it is triggering on the 10th turn, then number 10 turn, number 11 turn, number 12 turn, we make the extra damage. But this skill has only 20% chance to trigger. Okay, that is a critical chance, but that's how the Greg chance based skill, turn based skill, which is combined together, that's how this skill work. I am giving one last example so you understand everything clearly. Now I'm talking about Gordon, this skill. Gordon envenomed weapons terrorize the field, increasing Lancer damage dealt by 30% and reducing damage dealt by 6% for all enemy troops for 1 turn every 3 turn. So how this skill work? I'm just giving you some example. So what it is telling, in every 3 turn the skill trigger. So let's say our infantry attack the opponent infantry, our lancer attack the opponent infantry, our marksman attack the opponent infantry. Opponent also attack us in the similar way. Turn 1 complete, second turn complete, third turn also complete. Now on the 4th turn, what is happening? On the 4th turn, our lancer deal 30% extra damage. Okay, we are on the 4th turn, remember that. Previous 3 turn already complete. Now we are on the number 4. Okay, 4th turn. In this turn, infantry are doing normal damage. Lancer will do 30% extra damage. Okay, I am at 30%. If I max the skill, that will be 150% actually. But in my level 1, I am at 30%. So let's say 30% or 150%. Okay, our lands are doing 150% damage on the max level skill. Okay, our marksman doing normal damage. You understand what actually happened? Previous 3 turn it was completely normal. But when we are coming in the next turn, our infantry doing normal damage, marksman doing normal damage, but lancer doing 30% extra damage. Okay, I want to give you one this example or you get confused. Look at this skill of the Bradley. Bradley uses expertise in the suppressive artillery against the enemy vanguard, increasing damage dealt to lancer by 30% and to infantry by 25% for all troops. So what is happening? I want to show you the battlefield. Our all troop deal the extra damage. But on whom? To opponent lancer and opponent infantry. So let's say it is the turn 1 and we have Bradley in our team. Okay, what I just did. It is turn 1 and we have the Bradley in our team. So our infantry will do 25% extra damage on the opponent infantry. Our Lancer will also do 25% extra damage on the opponent infantry. And our marksman will also do 25% extra damage on the opponent infantry. Okay, let's say in the first turn, we killed the opponent front line. Opponent are fully destroyed after the first turn. Opponent also attack us in the first turn. Okay, the turn 1 complete. Now we are coming in the second turn. In this turn, opponent don't have any infantry because I told you in the first turn, let's assume we killed their whole infantry. So Lancer is their front line, right? What Bradley skill actually do? 30% more damage to opponent Lancer. So when our infantry attacking opponent Lancer, that is the front line at this moment, 30% more damage because it is telling it is applying to our all troops. So infantry also make 30% more damage to opponent lancer. Our lancer do 30% more damage to opponent lancer. Our marksman also do 30% more damage to opponent lancer. That's how the Bradley skill work. I mean, this type skill targets some specific opponent. Before that, I was talking about normal skill that target all the opponent, infantry, lancer, marksman, all of them. But some type of skill target some specific opponent. Like this particular skill of the Bradley, it is not targeting opponent marksman. So let's say opponent lancer fully died on the second turn. Now we are on the third turn. Okay. Opponent infantry fully dead. Opponent lancer fully dead. Opponent marksman is the front line at this moment. But our infantry will do normal damage. Also our lancer will do normal damage. our marksman will also do normal damage. Why? Why you are not doing 25% or 30% extra damage? Because Bradley's skill work only on the opponent lands or opponent infantry. So some skill particularly targets some specific opponent, not all opponent. Also some skill work on particular our team, not our all troop. Like some Rene skill or some Gordon skill you saw, they particularly apply on our lancer. That moment our infantry is not doing extra damage, our marksman is not doing extra damage. So you can see how the chance based skill work, how the turn based skill work, and turn based skill actually better than chance based skill, because chance based skill depending on the luck, but turn based skill actually guaranteed. After some turn you guaranteed make the damage or you guaranteed trigger the skill. Okay. Now we are going to our next question, why lancer stat don't matter. Or you can ask alternate question, why infantry stat and marksman stat matter more. Okay. So till now I was talking about very normal topic, but now I want to enter some complex topic. Okay. So for that reason we have to go here, and you can see some special skill for infantry, lancer, marksman. It is the first skill you can check. Increase attack damage to lancer by 10%. Okay. This one, increase attack damage to marksman by 10%. And this one, increase attack damage to infantry by 10%. So what is actually happening? Infantry making more damage to lancer, lancer making more damage to marksman, marksman making more damage to infantry. Very simple, very normal. Okay, I want to show you the battle one more time. Okay, before that, let me show you this skill. I'm not talking about fire crystal skill. I will not discuss that. It is very normal. You can understand yourself. But this part is actually complex. Increase defense against lancer by 10%. So when opponent lancer attacking us, we are our defense going up by 10%. Okay, you understand that? This part is actually complex. Attack have 20% chance to strike the marksman behind the infantry. And attack have 10% chance to strike twice. Now you can read also this one. Second strike will not count as normal attack, not trigger other skill. So second attack, that is a passive attack. Passive means normally going on. It is not active attack. If the second skill was active attack, if the second attack was the active attack, then it can trigger the third attack. The third attack can trigger a fourth attack. The fourth attack can trigger a fifth attack, and it can create a chain reaction. It is not like that. Only one time it trigger, and it can trigger one extra attack. Only 10% chance to strike twice. Okay. Now try to understand. I open the battlefield one more time. So normally what we saw, in every turn, infantry attack the opponent front line, lancer attack the opponent front line, marksman attack the opponent front line. It is the normal battle, you saw that. Now when I read the skill of the infantry, lancer, marksman, what you understand? Infantry attacking opponent infantry. Okay. Our lancer attacking opponent infantry. Now you also know that our lancer have extra damage on the opponent marksman. Now you read something very crazy. The lancer description told that attack have 20% chance to strike the marksman behind the infantry. So our lancer can actually hit the opponent marksman, 20% chance for that. And our marksman attacking the opponent infantry. And you already know that marksmen naturally have extra damage on the opponent infantry. So what you understand from here? Everyone getting some attack except lancer. Lancer is no Lancer is getting not any attack from our side. If opponent front line dead, only that case lancer get the attack. Or similarly, if I talk about opponent infantry attack us, opponent lancer attack to our infantry. Okay, by the way, when our infantry fighting against opponent lancer, it takes some less damage because you already see that skill. Increase defense against lancer by 10%. Okay. Now lancer have 20% chance to strike the marksman, and marksman already fighting the infantry. So in both case, lancer is not getting actually any attack. Lancer is surviving every battle. For this reason, when you open any report, you can see Lancer always survive in the battlefield. I mean, infantry die highest number, Lancer survive, marksman also die in the highest number. You can open any report. I want to show you some example if I can. Okay, I have this report right now. If I open this report, you can see our Lancers survive in the highest number. Okay, our Lancers survive in the highest number because of the battlefield mechanics. Everybody fighting opponent infantry, everybody fighting opponent marksman, nobody actually fighting opponent Lancer. For that reason, any battle, Lancers survive in the highest number. So lands are already getting some natural boost, some natural advantage in the battlefield. For this reason, people don't focus on the Lancer. People don't give priority on the Lancer. When people upgrading their chief gear or chief charm, they mainly focus on the infantry or the marksman. Now there are two type of player. Some player focus the chief gear, chief charm both on the infantry. Some player focus chief gear on the infantry, chief charm on the marksman. I come in the second category. Okay. Now, what is this two category? I want to show you the battlefield again. So there is first type player who focus their chief gear and chief charm both on the infantry. So what is the benefit? Infantry get very high defense, very high health. They are becoming very tanky. So when we are attacking them, they survive lot of attack. I mean their front lines survive for a long time. But it is just stretching the battle. Okay, it is not doing any much thing. You can tell if infantry survive, then the backline also survive. Backline can also do the damage. But that is just stretching the battle. What you can do actually, when you are upgrading your chief gear, you can focus on infantry. When you are upgrading your chief charm, you can focus on the marksman. So infantry defense that can help you to stop the opponent attack. And here the chief charm giving us lethality. We are getting marksman lethality. That is making some balance between offensive gameplay and defensive gameplay. Those player who only focus chief gear, chief charm on the infantry first, they become very tanky, but they become very defensive player. If you want to fight, also finish the opponent, like offensive, defensive together, then follow this path. Chief gear focus on the infantry, chief charm focus on the marksman. Marksmen are normally more powerful than lancer or infantry, and the charm giving us lethality. So marksman lethality already becoming very powerful. So when we are fighting, infantry making some damage, lancer making some damage, but marksman making some heavy damage that can fully kill the opponent. So we can finish the battle very early if we follow this path. Chief gear on infantry, chief charm on marksman. Okay. But it is your choice. Mainly two type of player you can see. Okay. Who follow this path. But I always prefer the balanced gameplay between offense and defense. So you get the answer of the sixth question. Why Lancer stat don't matter? I mean every stat matter, but Lancer already powerful because of the battle mechanics. Lancer already survive any battle normally. That's why we try to boost our infantry and marksman with the stat. Next question. Does rally joiner skill stack? Okay, it is a very complex topic. I have to give the answer slowly. So you can check there are different type of skill: solid skill, chance based skill, turn based skill. Okay. Now solid skill like Jessie. Jessie skill can stack. If we are using 4 Jessie as rally joiner, all 4 Jessie that can perform as the rally joiner, we can see their skill in the rally. Okay. But if we are using 4 Mia, their skill may stack, their skill may not stack. I mean, it is a chance based skill. So, if you ask the VIP support of Whiteout Survival, it can tell solid skill like Jessie, Jasser, Sion, their skill stack. But the chance based skill or turn based skill, their skill don't stack. I don't know if it is fully correct. I have no solid proof about that. I think chance based skill may stack, may not stack. Okay, that should be the actual answer. VIP support tell chance based skill don't stack. I think that is not the correct answer. For me, the correct answer is chance based skill may stack or may not stack, because let's say you are using 4 Mia, all have the chance based skill, and let's say all 4 of them don't trigger their skill. There is 50% chance it cannot trigger the skill. All 4 Mia as the rally joiner, they don't trigger the skill. That can be a disaster. Okay. For that reason, people should avoid the chance based skill hero, but uh, chance based skill may stack or may not stack. Now, Jessie skill also stack, but there is a problem. Let's say one Jessie giving 25% damage up. Then what will happen with the 4 Jessie? 100% damage up. 100% damage up, that means double damage. Now try to understand the problem. Let's say you are making 500 million damage on your rally on the bear hunt with all 4 Patrick. Okay, all 4 Patrick who has no actual contribution for the damage. 4 Patrick in your rally joiner, you are making uh, 500 million damage in the bear hunt. Now let's say you are using 4 Jessie in the rally joiner. What will be your damage in the bear hunt? Will it be 1 billion damage? Because 100% increase means double damage. So from 500 million you can go to 1 billion. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. The rally damage don't become double. Okay. So what actually happened here? I want to tell you something from my any other game example. Let's say I'm talking about Dota. There is one game called Dota. In that game we have one hero called Phantom Assassin. That Phantom Assassin have a skill that gives her 50% evasion. Evasion means she can dodge the opponent attack. Now there is one item that can give 50% evasion. Now let's say one Phantom Assassin player, he take that 50% evasion item. So Phantom Assassin already have 50% natural evasion, and she is getting another 50% item evasion. So what can be total evasion? 50 plus 50, 100, right? No, it will not be 100. It will be less than 100. That is called, it is a different name in Whiteout Survival. You can call it diminishing effect. When you are using 4 hero with the same hero, same type hero, then the stat that do not directly stack, like 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25. You are using 4 Jessie. Okay, I'm coming back to Whiteout Survival. You are using 4 Jessie as the rally joiner. Okay, your damage 25, 25, 25, 25. That will not be 100. That will be around 82, 83%, something like that. It is called the diminishing effect. Okay, so that is a problem in this game. So what you can do, the question answer is, does rally joiner skill stack? The solid skill stack, the chance based skill and turn based skill may stack, may not stack. And when we are talking about solid skill, we should not use 4 Jesse or 4 Jassar or 4 Sion. You have to mix the hero. Mix them like 1 Jesse, 1 Jassar, 1 Sion, and 1 Reina. You can do that. That is better. By doing that, all of the hero they can provide their own skill. But if you are using 4 Jesse, that will not be 100%, that will be less than 100% because of the I told you, I explained that. So that's how rally joiner skill work in Whiteout Survival. So guys, I already told you about the battle mechanics. Now one last part remaining, how to read the report. It is a very complex topic, but I want to tell you in very short simple way. Let's open this report. So when you are reading the report, you should not compare like this. I mean, you cannot compare infantry attack versus infantry attack, or you cannot compare like this. Okay, you cannot compare lancer lethality versus lancer lethality. So what I told in the battle mechanics, our infantry, lancer, marksman, all of them attacking opponent front line. Let's assume opponent front line is the infantry. So when the battle starts, our infantry attacking, right? We will compare. Okay, let me tell that attack versus defense, lethality versus health. And infantry naturally make more damage to lancer naturally make more damage to marksman naturally make more damage to infantry. So when we are comparing infantry attack, we will compare that with the opponent infantry defense, because I told you in every turn our infantry first attack the opponent front line. Opponent front line is the opponent infantry. Okay, we compare like this. Then when we are comparing the lancer attack, here is the lancer attack, we compare this with the opponent infantry defense like this. Okay, or when we are comparing the marksman attack, we are comparing this with the opponent infantry defense like this. Okay, now we don't know when the opponent front line die in the battle. It is so difficult, we cannot understand from the report, but we have to assume it manually. So we can also assume with the lethality. Let's say our infantry lethality. This is our infantry lethality. We compare this with the opponent infantry health. We try to check which stat is higher. Or if we are talking about our lancer lethality, we compare that with the opponent infantry health. Or when we are comparing our marksman lethality, we compare that with the opponent infantry health like this. Okay, or let's assume the opponent front line dead. Now lancer is the opponent front line, so our infantry attack versus opponent lancer defense like this. Okay, or our lancer attack versus opponent lancer defense, or our marksman attack versus opponent lancer defense. We have to check which stat is higher. Or we also compare with the lethality. So let's say opponent lancer is the front line right now, so our infantry lethality versus opponent lancer health. Okay, or our teammate lancer lethality versus opponent lancer health, or our marksman lethality versus opponent lancer health. We have to compare like this. I'm telling again, you cannot compare this. You cannot compare this. It is not the correct way. You cannot compare like that. So that's how we can compare our stat versus opponent stat, and we can try to find out which one is powerful. Manually, it is so much difficult to understand. Okay, we have to find out which stat is becoming higher on which side. So it is so difficult. When we scout somebody, we get the scout report. From scout report, we have to manually compare our stat versus the opponent stat, and we have to assume like this. So we cannot fully tell which side is going to win, but by this comparison we can get an idea if we are going to win the battle or if you are going to lose the battle. Report reading is very complex topic, but I told you in this way. So I told you what is attack, what is turn. When you imagine about the battlefield, the front line infantry, both side, our infantry, our lancer, our marksman attacking the opponent front line, opponents are also attacking in the similar way. So in the same way you can read the stat. You can compare our stat versus opponent stat. And remember what is the turn. Our infantry attack the opponent front line, our lancer attack the opponent front line, our marksman attack the opponent front line. Opponents do the same thing, similar way. Both side dead troops are removed. This process is called one turn. Okay, that's how the whole battlefield work. In today's video, I told you what is attack, what is turn, what is chance based skill, what is turn based skill, how the joiner skill work, or how to read the report. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.